Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This one is going to be doing something similar to the last video, but instead of making custom items for your Inzoi character, we're going to be making things for the house. On a recent live stream, I made this bitter gurka, which is this is a name of an IKEA branded planter, and then I threw some succulents in there. I'm going to take this model and I'm going to bring it into Inzoi. But not only that, I also made a scaled model of the Unreal Engine 5 mannequin that you can download on the Discord and use for reference in your own Blender projects. With that being said, this Discord has been popping off. I mean, we got all kinds of people in here making anything from clothes to hair to shoes and all kinds of other things. And if you're not creative and you don't really know where to start or the first idea of getting started in Blender, you can look up some tutorials on YouTube, of course, or you can join the Discord and there is a Inzoi request section. In this Inzoi request section, you can put an image or your idea of what you want, and maybe somebody will make it for you. So feel free to check that out. Link in the description. Let's get started. Okay, so first off, what I want to do is I want to show you exactly what this Blender project is going to look like when you open it up. You're going to see in the default view, you're going to see this Unreal Engine mannequin. You're going to see this kind of photo background area. You're going to see that the camera is cropped into a square. You're going to have two lights. Now you can change any of the stuff, of course, but mainly this is going to be a way for you to scale your objects. So for instance, if I wanted to make something in Inzoi, let's say I wanted to make a chair. So if I were to add a default cube, just so you can see how big a default cube is compared to our character, the default cube is way bigger than our character. So we do not want to be making things and then we import it and then realize that it's way too big. So two very important things, and I need you to remember this, and I'm going to repeat this several times because I need you to remember this and you need you to remember this. When you scale something in Blender, what we don't want to do is be making things and spending a bunch of time modeling in Blender and then bringing it into Inzoi and then finding out that our object that we made was just way too big. So what we're going to do is we're going to be using this mannequin to see how big things should be, right? So if I wanted to make a cube that was, about the size of my mannequin, I would, scale this down a little bit, maybe up a little bit more. And this is about the size of my mannequin. Now, just so you guys know, I'm sure you might have questions. This mannequin, if we look at it, this mannequin is 180 centimeters tall. Now, for those of you in the rest of the world, that's probably normal to you, but to me, I don't understand what that means. So if you convert 180 centimeters, you get about 5.9 feet. So this is almost 6 foot. This is the size of my character in Inzoi, and it's about how tall I am in real life. Almost 6 feet. Not quite, but almost. So if I wanted to make something that was as tall as my character, I could use this, and I could see how big this object is compared to that. And then when I import this cube into Inzoi, it would be about this size. Now you're probably not wanting to make cubes the size of your character and putting them into Inzoi, but one very important lesson that I need you to bake into your brain right now, and this is so important that I'm going to flash a message on the screen and I'm going to say it multiple times. When you scale in Blender, you have to apply the scale. This is a common problem in the Discord, and this is also a common problem that I forget sometimes too. You will be wasting a ton of time if you don't do this. You need to scale your object to whatever you want, and then you need to apply the scale. Do not forget to apply the scale. You need to apply the scale. What does that mean? You select your object. Let's say I scale this to be this big. Hit Control A. You can apply the scale. If you've moved it, you can apply the location or the rotation if you've rotated it. Me, personally, I always do all transforms. And now, if I import this into Inzoi, it will be this size. Now, if I scale it down, you'll see that now my origin is moved over here because I applied the location. That's fine. If that happens, you can always do this. You could set origin to geometry. It'll put it back in the middle. I can scale this down again, and then I could Control A and apply the scale. Once again, whenever you change a transform, be the scale, the rotation, or the location, you need to apply it. Primarily, we're worried about the scale here, because if I'm making in the case on stream, I made this flower box that I'll show you here in a second. my flower box was very small. But if I don't apply the scale, my flower box would be bigger than my character. So you need to apply the scale. Control A, apply the scale. Control A, apply the scale. All right, what are you gonna do? Good job. All right, so now that that's done, I will show you what I made. So you can see this is my image here. You'll see that I have my character reference here. So this is how big this flower pot should be in the game compared to my character. And when I started with a cube, and you can watch this whole process if you want to go back and watch the VOD on my stream. I did this whole thing on stream. The only thing I didn't create were the succulents. The succulents were actually downloaded from Sketchfab, which if you're not creative, you can definitely find resources online to download things. This was a free succulent model. Some of them, I saw one on stream, I think it was like 30 bucks, but it had like a bunch of different succulents in it. So this is basically a modified version of the file that I just showed you. But you can change the background of this plane, and that will help you get good background images for your thumbnails. So how do we get this object into Inzoi? Well, after you have applied the scale, again, apply the scale, and you're going to do the same thing that you did on the last video. So the only difference you're going to do is when you select your item and you go over to the Inzoider. Now, if you haven't already used the Inzoider, you have to set this path to your documents /Inzoi /my 3D printer /AI something or other. It's the only folder in there. You need to set this first, and then you can craft a new item. You can call it more succulents or more sucks. That's weird, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and do that. More sucks. And then also name. We're going to select our thumbnail, which for me, I put in here. That's that. I'm just going to use the same one, and you'll see that it populates here. Now, the one difference that you'll notice is between the last video and this video, we're not doing character mode, we're doing build. This tells the game that this 3D print is going to be shown in the build mode. So if you are in character creator, you will not see the succulent thing pop up in your crafts, only when you're in build mode. So we're going to export this. It's been exported successfully. We're going to hop on over to Inzoi. You'll see that I've already done this on stream. I made just the planter itself, and I put it in here, and then I made the planter with the succulents in there, and I put that there. But just to show you that I am telling you the truth and that what I just did worked, we're going to go to my craft. So if you don't know, if you haven't messed with build mode yet, how you find these is you're going to hit I to open up your build menu. This hammer with the stars is your craft thing there. And then you find the item. So I called mine more sucks. So I'm going to click on it. And then you'll see, there it is. Now, because I applied the scale, very important. That's like the most important thing. You're going to apply the scale in Blender to make it this small. If I did not apply the scale of any of this stuff, this succulent would be the size of this apartment. So make sure you apply the scale. You'll notice though, I can't put this on this dresser. Like, that's weird, right? Like, people don't normally put small plants like this on the floor, right? Well, I'm going to put it on this little bedside table. I'm going to show you how to do that. So you'll have to put it on the floor to start off with. And then you'll go to this move, rotate, and scale. You're going to want to use the arrows to kind of get it in place. Hold Alt. And while you hold Alt, it will let you move it pretty much wherever you want. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put it on the floor first. And then you can use the arrow keys to put it on top of something. But you'll notice that once they intersect with this table, it's going to turn red. So you have to hold Alt to freely place it. And then while you're holding Alt still, you'll move it there. You'll move it up. And then you'll notice that it's kind of floating, but you can't really see. But if you hold Alt and you hit the big circle button in the middle, you'll be able to move it in a more fine manner. I'm going to put it right to where the bottom blue bit of the cube shows up. There we go. and then you can rotate it. Make sure you hold Alt, or else it's not going to work if you want to rotate it. If you want to do anything where it's close to an object, you'll have to hold Alt. That's how you freely place it. But now that we have that, we're going to hit OK. And we're going to get out of build mode. And then you'll see I have 1, 2, 3 flower pots with succulents. Well, 2 of them have succulents in it. Still can't quite figure out how to get things to be either shiny or not shiny. You'll see my dirt looks a little shiny and flat, but for some reason I can't get metallics or roughness to show up in the game. I also made this table right here as well. It's pretty fun, like mid-century modern, marble and wood table. I think it looks pretty nifty. Could do better on the UV unwrapping, but it was kind of just rushing it just to get a proof of concept. So hopefully that was helpful for you. Again, don't forget to join the Discord here. Now, there are lots of people making lots of cool stuff in here. Some of them are sharing their canvas profiles. Some of them are sharing their files and their textures and stuff on here. Some people are sharing other videos that are very helpful. Some people are making hair. Again, lots of good stuff in here. Feel free to check the stuff out when I go live on Twitch. I will post in here and you can come hang out there. We had quite a few people in there last stream. So I don't stream too often, but when I do, I'll be posting it here. If you have any questions, also feel free to post it in here. A lot of the people in the Discord know what they're doing. There's over 500 people in here now. Last week I had 16 in my Discord, and now there's like almost 600. I think we're up to 590. So yeah, keep them coming. And pretty soon I'm going to start moving on to actually building houses and stuff in Inzoi. So thanks again so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Check out the Discord, and I will see you later.